Judith. Where is she?
Hey YouTubers, it's Charlie. Welcome to part 2 of my Walking Dead Season 4 countdown. That's right, Walking Dead Episode 9 is airing this Sunday, so I thought it'd be fun to talk about our 10 big questions before it airs. Also, as a point of interest, Scott Gimple said that AMC is really worried about the second half of the season, especially some of the things that the showrunners have done. I'll talk about that after my list. Careful for spoilers if you don't want to know anything about Season 4, because I'll be talking about a few rumors. Also, if you're new to the channel, I'll be doing weekly Walking Dead videos starting on Sunday. I'll do episode reviews, and then Mondays I'll do Q&As, and then there'll be a giveaway video that'll also be on Mondays. So, biggest questions for the second half of the season. Number 10, who killed that rabbit? My best guess, based on her character arc in the first half of the season, is Lizzie. She started out as this really pure little girl, and Carol basically shouted the tears out of her. Worst in real life parent ever, but best Walking Dead parent ever. Just to give you an idea where Lizzie is right now, she was able to shoot and kill someone in that mid-season finale without freaking out. Number 9, where did that giant herd of walkers go from episode 3? There had to have been at least 5,000 to 10,000 walkers stretched as far as the eye could see on that road. They didn't just disappear. Walkers will generally seek out nearby food, but in order to travel in a large group like that over a long distance, someone had to be influencing them. The governor is gone now, so my best guess is that it's going to be the villain for the second half of the season. We don't know quite who that's going to be yet, but I do have a few theories. Number 8, who was the voice on the other side of Daryl's radio? It was in that same episode that they saw that giant herd of walkers, but the best theories I've seen so far is that it is the Sanctuary. There's no guarantee that they'll find it this season, but now that they're looking for shelter again, Daryl's group will probably try and track that signal down. Number 7, who was on the bus and who ran into the woods? Glenn and Maggie were on the bus, but Maggie got stuck with Bob Stokey and Sasha trying to find Beth. So I think we can call the bus group Glenn's group. Tyrese also has a group. He took the girls and ran. I think that Rick and Carl are going to be by themselves for a little bit, so they'll be their own group. Number 6, who was feeding the rats? Short answer, probably also Lizzie. But since she kind of checked out mentally over the course of the season, she might not have been quite hardcore enough to do something like that during episode 1. I also think it could have been Carol or a new person that we haven't seen yet, but that's pretty unlikely. So right now, based on that dead rabbit evidence that I listed earlier, I really do think that Lizzie is the best guess. Number 5, what happened to Lily? The last time we saw her, she was still alive and hadn't been bitten. She had just killed her better half, so to speak, but I do think she made it into one of the groups that was fleeing into the woods. That means she's either in Tyrese's group or in Maggie's group. Wouldn't it be crazy if they threw us a curveball and she ended up with Rick and Carl? Number 4, is baby Judith dead? Beth got off the bus to go get her, and the car seat was unbuckled, so it's possible that she or someone else who was injured grabbed her and ran, because the car seat was bloody. My earlier theory was that it was Tyrese, who kind of looked like he was carrying something while running off into the distance. Episode 9 will probably answer that question. They probably won't dangle that over us for too long, so we will get an answer soon. Number 3, who is that new villain? Episode 9 will be all about the aftermath of the governor's attack, so we won't meet that new villain for a few episodes. The best theory is that it's going to be an amalgam of a couple different characters from the comic books. I already talked about this at length and it's kind of spoilery, so I'll have a link to that at the end of the video if you want to learn more about it. Question number 2, will they reach Sanctuary? In the comic books, this is the next place they travel to, and based on the timeline, at least some of the prison group will probably make it there. I'm betting that Daryl's group will make it first, just because he was the one to hear that garbled transmission, and in that message, the voice specifically said Sanctuary, so I think that's a dead giveaway. And my number 1 big question, will they reach the Alexandria safe zone? This is actually one of the bigger questions, but the season finale is called A, so it's really possible that the show will mash both Sanctuary and Safe Zone into one location. So let me know, what is your biggest question for the second half of the season? Remember, I'm going to be doing weekly Q&As for each of the episodes, so my next one is going to be next Monday, so I can always include some of your questions in that. Now let's talk about something that's a little bit more interesting. So Scott Gimple said that AMC, the network itself, is really worried about some of the things the show is going to be doing the second half of this season. The explanation is that the show is just going to get way more darker, as in killing a major character and perpetrating horrors as yet unseen in the first 3 seasons. It's pretty hard to imagine that there's things that they haven't shown us, but there are a few bit of really graphic things that they didn't include from the comic books. The reason AMC is worried is just that it'll get too graphic, too dark, and people will tune out. Personally though, I think that people watching Walking Dead understand that it's supposed to make you feel a little bit sick. That's like the test of being a real human. If it makes you sick, you have a soul. Here's a really big question though, is there anything that The Walking Dead could do, either good or bad with its characters, that would make you want to stop watching the show? Now, like I promised, details on the giveaway, I think I'm going to change it just a little bit. Originally, it was going to be all about, guessing who's going to die each week. I think I'm just going to make it way simpler and just pick a random subscriber from the comments on my review videos and just give the $20 gift card to that person. I will still be doing those Monday bonus videos though. So review videos will post on Sundays after the episodes. Monday will be a Q&A, and then the other one will be a bonus video. It'll probably be a top 5 kills or deaths episode because sometimes the walker kills get really epic. Hopefully Daryl grabbed a crossbow on his way out. Wouldn't it be awesome if he found that poncho too? His crit rating goes through the roof when he wears it. So right now, click here for my top 10 predictions for the second half of the season, and click here for all my Super Bowl trailers. There was actually some really cool ones. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys tonight. High fives.